Okay, so I'm usually a silent viewer of pretty much every channel on YouTube that I watch. I don't really, comment or get involved with drama or anything like that because I have better well, yeah, I have better things to do. I don't really care as much, and I just like to enjoy content that content creators put out, like obviously the two people, Jenna and Shane. I love them both as content creators. I mean, they're just I don't know. There's just something about them that I like. Like they have the personality in their videos. I like a person who likes a little bit of chaos, who likes something that's not content that's not harmful. I don't know, I just like lighthearted content. I do like some of the more serious stuff too, because I've shared on both Twitter and Facebook videos by Jimmy Snow, but I don't know. I just I like lighthearted content, and I just want to address Shane and Jenna both respectively and respectfully. And I just want to say, from a silent viewer who has watched both of your videos for years now, yes, I don't know much about your older content that you privated, Jenna and Shane. I don't know much about the blackface thing and your other drama because I don't really get into drama channels. But thank you for taking accountability for your mistakes. I'm not I me as just one person in the black community, but also not really in the black community because I wasn't raised in it. But as a black person, I appreciate influential people like you taking accountability for mistakes, for, I'm gonna have to, unintended racism, because I don't think you actually meant to be racist. Like, what you did was, at the time, not okay. And and now it's, like, even more in the spotlight that, we don't really let racist things slide, because we just had enough. As our society progresses towards equality, I'm not mad. And you know what, Shane, I understand. Like, I've changed too. I don't like some of the things I've done. And I understand that you've done a lot. Because one, you're older than me by 10 years. Actually, wow, you're older than me only by 10 years. That's actually okay. See, time's weird. But I mean, I lost my train of thought. Let me get it back. I can't really find it right now. But thank you for taking accountability for your mistakes. I don't There is no need to be, to give up everything, to, just wipe everything away, because that's not how we learn and progress as people. We we learn by making mistakes, and you learn by making mistakes and being held accountable by the internet and by yourself, and you take it upon yourself which I love this. You've taken it upon yourself to look into the history on blackface, and you looked into the history on probably many different topics that have to do with race and racism, which I encourage pretty much any people should do, because Jenna, you're a big proponent of you're a big advocate for educating yourself and making yourself better, like going to college. But I think it shouldn't just be, college courses and trade schools. I think education should just be more about educating yourselves on the world around you, because education is it's something so valuable. And then when you apply the things you've learned to your lives, that's even better. And Jenna, your videos are both of your videos, Shane and Jenna. Both of your videos, they're great. You obviously have the talent to become even better than you are. Jenna, I know you've been doing this for a really long time. I don't know exactly when you started. I know you've said it in your videos before, like when you got your 20 million subscribers and you took a nap. Like, really? Oh my god, that's so like, I love that. I love that YouTube would allow you to sleep for a video, or try to sleep for a video. Like, that's so funny. And I love you and Julian in both, like, your content respectively. Respectively, like his cooking videos, your videos, like they have an authentic feel. You have just, I don't know, you have a good thing going. And I know you feel awful, both of you. But Jenna, right now, you feel terrible that you did something in your past, and this is 7 years ago. I know I don't want to sound patronizing, but honey, it's 7 years ago it's a long time. In internet years, it may not seem like it now, but that's a long time ago. And you've grown past it. Like, you've grown up. You were 26, now you're 33. Like, in your 30s, like, yeah, you impersonated a black person. And honestly, you can impersonate black people without doing makeup. Like, they did it on The Office when, like, I know Julian can tell you if you haven't seen the actual episode, but Michael impersonated Daryl to just tell him he's a jerk. Like, and he didn't do blackface or brownface. So, like, you just made a mistake. You took what you saw, you took what you knew at the time, and you applied it, and you thought it was funny. I mean, you just were ignorant at the time. You're not a bad person. And I know cancel culture, I think it can be a good thing if it's done correctly. I don't think we should, like, cancel every single person, every single influential person, because of mistakes they've done in their past and haven't addressed it. And they just want to, tear down people to make sure everyone's getting their, everyone's being held accountable for things they've done. Which I think we should take a nuanced approach when we're looking at people and content creators. And we should, instead of canceling for every single thing people have done in their past that stays on the internet, I think we need to take in consideration the time frame, if they're still doing it, if they're still, perpetuating or continuing deplorable behaviors like some of the other people that we actually canceled because of horrible things that they've done. And we're affecting people terribly. Like, obviously racism is terrible, but there isn't a continued line of just racist content by both of you being perpetuated. You held yourself accountable. You learned from it. I hope, obviously you've learned from it. If you're gonna hold yourself accountable, you should be learning from it too. And I think I think everyone should just move on from it. We should just move on. Yes, I'm biased. I think we should move on, and we should just educate ourselves and be better people. And to stop perpetuating racist ideologies, racist practices, and we should educate and encourage others to do the same. So then we can, maybe one day in the probably very distant future or near future, probably not that near, but in the future for our children's children, that they don't have to deal with that, and it'll be just another page in the history books. So then we don't have to, so they don't have to worry about things like that, and they should just, they'll make jokes about how dumb we are and why it took so long, and the reason it takes so long for us to even do anything is because people just do things out of spite, and they don't let things go, and they just hurt people and perpetuate bigotry on all fronts because they want to prove themselves the best to racist family members, bigoted family members, and bigoted organizations and other bigoted groups, so they can feel like they belong to something because no one else really accepts them for, what they bring to the table. And obviously, if they're just racist at heart, and no, you know what? No, racism is learned. Racism isn't, you're not inherently racist. That's not a thing. You might have grown up in a racist home. You might have grown up in a homophobic, transphobic home. You might have grown up in groups like in churches. Like, it took so long for, LGBT things to, be sort of okay in the church. Like, most church, there are a lot of churches that, are okay with LGBT, but, like, it's still taking forever for people to just be people and to be accepted because of arrogant assholes like their leadership to perpetuate horrible ideologies. But I don't really want to get into that because that's a whole different video. But I do want to say, from a silent viewer, both of your channels, I think, Jenna, for you, I don't think, I know you're, considering, just quitting YouTube. I don't know if you just said that in the moment, but it feels like you've been thinking about, leaving YouTube because YouTube is kind of a fucked up place. YouTube to me is kind of like Pandora's box. Like, you kind of know what's on it, but like, there's a lot of good in it, but there's also a lot of horrible, horrible things. And that's from content creators and on like the actual Google's, side of it, like corporate, or whatever you want to call it, that kind of dictates what can be on the site and what's okay and what's not okay. Because, and I think, Jenna, I think you should be you are definitely one to hold. I think you should continue holding them accountable, not just on your podcast. I think if like another shit thing hits the fan, I think you should, use your channel. Like, even if it's just like as a joke, or like before a video starts, I think you should be the one, because you are an OG YouTuber who the site respects and has viewers, like 20 million people subscribe to you. Some of them might be hate watchers, but like, you have my respect, and you have so many other people's respect as well. And other content creators respect you as well. So if you say something and you explain your reasoning behind it, people will undoubtedly listen to you, and they in turn can help make the site better. So if you still really love YouTube in your heart of hearts, I don't think your, days as a YouTuber are completely over. I think you should keep going. And Shane, I know you and YouTube have like have relationship issues, but you have viewers respect. You have YouTube. You have, obviously, some people in YouTube's respect. Not some people, but you have people who respect you as well. I think you should do the same as Jenna, and call out dumb shit that's going on in the community, on the site itself, and people will listen. And both of you are so big in your viewership. I think you can make an actual change. And both of you educate yourselves as much as you can with the time you have, and I think you guys can really, make not just the site better, but, influence other people beyond the screen to be better people. So I'm not gonna do my, spiel, because this is a different kind of video. Like, I don't really care if people like what I have to say or anything like that. Just, I don't know. The only thing I'm asking for right now is to educate yourself on issues that we're dealing with right now, and be better people. So then I don't have to keep coming on here trying to hold people accountable one person at a time because I get pissed off and become volatile. I don't want to keep becoming volatile and keep, being. I don't want to be an asshole, a volatile asshole. Alright? So I will see you all guys next time.